The Seattle Aquarium offers innovative classes to teach students from kindergarten through 12th grade about marine science, and it's all available online so you can access it from anywhere. Joining us today to tell us more about the aquarium is Farmer City native Wyatt Miller. Welcome to ciLiving.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So you grew up in Farmer City. How did you end up at the Seattle Aquarium?
Yeah, so basically I took programs in college through Illinois State and was introduced to a lot of different people that work with the ocean, and basically from there I landed my way all the way over to Seattle. So
amazing. Well, tell us a little bit about the educational programs, and then I see you've brought a project for us. So if somebody here would like to sign up for a class, what do they need to do?
Yeah, so you can just go to our website at seattleaquarium.org, and you just go to Explore the Aquarium, and you can find a pull-down menu that talks about different programs that we offer, one being distance learning. So the programs that we offer for kindergarten through 12th grade, and they're different categories. But basically, it's just introducing your class, introducing your community to animals that live in the Pacific Northwest, as well as introducing some social and emotional learning activities that we do. We do have journals that you can download online, and resources that you can find online as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it's just like going to our website, looking at what you can sign up for. We do even have opportunities for you to have, if you need some kind of like assistance in some kind of programming to pay for it. We do have scholarships as well online, so you can get those.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So it's really available to everybody.
Yep.
And there are also things you can do in your community right here to learn about the ocean, such as this project we are about to teach you.
Yep.
Plus, we'll talk while we paint about shopping sustainably and all of those things. So what did you bring for us today? This is not a real sea star.
Yeah, no.
This is made out of silicone.
So that would be a big travel to take it on the plane.
This is a flatfish. Is it a halibut or a sole?
This is a sole. That's a Pacific sole.
Okay.
And so these are just silicone replicas of animals that so what we do at the aquarium, one of the activities is we do what's called fish prints. And so you can paint these models here and then put them on a piece of paper. And then you could just look at the different like body parts. You could talk to the kids or about the different animals while you're doing it. So yeah, I brought these.
Cool. Well, I'm going to take the star. You take this one.
Okay,
and
I can do that, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about each of the animals as we paint.
Yeah, and I do want to preface that it is really good to reduce, recycle, reuse. So that's why I'm using these models, but then also the paper that I'm using, I just have old, you could use newspaper, you can use what I'm using here, which is this old Christmas paper here. So you could use that instead of using your other paper. But the animals that I have is, you're painting a sea star. That's what we call an ochre star.
Okay.
So they live on coastal waters. And I'm painting just the top fin here of my Pacific sole.
Now, sole, I know there's a fun fact about their eyes, right? They're not born as flatfish, is that correct?
Yeah, you've been doing your research. Yes.
Oh, I love marine science.
Yes, so what's really cool about flatfish, so that's like halibut and sole, is that when they're born, they look like any other fish. But then after a couple of weeks, as they develop, their eye actually migrates to the other side. Their skull shifts.
What?
Yeah, to the point where they have two eyes on the one side of their head. And that's an adaptation for an animal that likes to live on the bottom of the ocean floor, on the sandy bottom. It will ambush. It's an ambush predator, so it'll eat other fish.
Oh, so it hides and waits for things to come down, and then once it's here, it goes...
Yeah, because it would be nice to have two eyes looking up instead of one looking up and one looking into the sand.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so
well, and I'm going to talk about this star for a second, because a lot of sea stars have 5 arms, brittle stars, which are my favorite species, but then there's also sunflower stars, and they can have up to, what is it, like 26 or something like that?
I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, they can have as many arms, and they're a native of the Pacific Northwest. They're actually, some records say that they're the largest sea star in the world, or the second largest sea star in the world. And yeah, they have many arms. You can also have some like this one here that's the ochre, that's 5. You can even find some ochre stars in the wild that only have 4 arms.
Okay.
And some that have 3. They're able to regenerate their arms if they get eaten.
Right. I remember the old story that I believe it's that as long as there's a piece of the heart, right, then they can regrow. So one star, if it's broken into several pieces, can become many stars.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
And so now that I have this, what do I do with it?
Okay, so now what you can do is you can take your mold. Let me just finish my eyes. So you take your mold and you can just press it down on your paper.
Okay.
Like I'm doing here. Nice press.
And you can do this with things you find around the house as well. You could do this with a sponge, or maybe with a potato you could cut, or an apple that if you cut it sideways and there's a star inside, you can get all sorts of, that is so cool.
Yeah, and you could even do this with your little ones at home. You could maybe even say give them like a category, like find things in your home that are related to the ocean, or find things in your home that are related to water. Because remember that our ocean and our water is all connected. It's all interconnected.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Wyatt, for showing us this cool activity and for telling us about the programs at the Seattle Aquarium. And if you want more information about the classes, or if you want to follow along and do this activity at home, some educational artwork, you can head on over and visit us on the web at ciLiving.tv.